Hello and welcome to this Rayman 2 speedrun tutorial that is mostly gonna be for beginners or newcomers. So if you're interested in learning this game but not sure where to start exactly, this might be the right place, hopefully. And for that I chose to play the All Masks category, which is basically any percent without skipping levels. You can still beat the game as fast as possible but without the early coin cave skip that we use in regular %. To me, it's a very good category to start running the game, because basically you can start with 5 categories. You can start with treasure percent, but you don't really beat the game in that category. There is no LOM check, but it's a category extension with a cheated save file, so it's not really the regular speedrun. You can do NMG, no major glitches, but to me it's quite boring and it has some very long, annoying sections in the game that you can very easily skip with glitches. So to me, All Mask is better. And there is the regular any percent, of course, but this one is quite hard with early coin cave skip. And the LOM route is also way tighter than in this game, so it can be hard to even finish a run. You will have to get quite some practice. So yeah, today we will see the All Masks category. Again, it has some very funny, easy glitch to do, and it's very lenient in what you can use. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to, basically. But if you follow this guide and the strats I will use and recommend, I think you can get sub 140, some 130 with some practice. Not too hard. I wouldn't say quite easily, but I think you can get there, definitely. With that said, let's start by actually loading the Arrow Mountains 2 levels. I'm doing this with the Open Space Toolbox software that I will put in the description. You absolutely need to download it if you want to practice this game, because it's so great. For example, during the shell ride I put what is called a bookmark, and now I can just load it like this. And that brings me to this part of the game, which is kind of a practice arena, because it has flat ground, it's quite useful. And now we can see all the buttons we have in this game, because there are quite a lot. We show on the controller. For this game you can use either controller or keyboard. Controller is more optimized for movement, because you can go wherever you want with the angles like this. Sometimes you have a fixed camera. With keyboard you can't go where you want, but you can run with both keyboard and controller. If you run with keyboard, I would still recommend to remap your buttons, because the original mapping is quite bad for your hands. Anyway, let's see all the buttons we have. So first, the joystick, of course, to move. We can run around or walk. Walking is not really useful in the speedrun. We can also use D-pad, which is useful for some more precise tricks. Then we can jump, of course. The longer we hold the button, the higher we jump. So if I just tap like this, it's a short hop, short jump, longer, long jump, and some in-betweens, of course. If we press jump again, we hover. And what's interesting to note already is that to trigger hover, you don't want to hold it like this, I mean, because you lose actually more height if you do this than if you tap it like this. Like I'm trying to just press jump for one frame, a few frames, to trigger it, and that way I will cover more distance than if I hold it like this. Like you can actually kinda see, jumping here, I'm holding it right now, I'm landing here, and now same jump, tapping, cover more distance. So that's the first trick to know. You want to jump the furthest, you want to hold jump and tap hover at the top of your jump. So hold and tap. We have a tool to practice this, I will put it in the description. It can be very useful. So yeah, you jump, have the less frames between your jump and your hover, and then you just need to tap hover. Then we can shoot. Nothing interesting to say here, just actually, if you shoot more than 3 bullets, your bullets will cover less distance. For example, if I'm here, I can hit this wall. As you can see, my bullet is reaching. But if I can start spamming, I'm not touching it anymore, because after 3 bullets, the bullets are despawning earlier. If you see, if I stop spamming, the last bullets are actually hitting. So if you want to hit something from far away, you rather want to just shoot 3 times at maximum, and that should make it. So don't spam too much if you want to hit things from far away. Then we can strafe like this, it can be useful. For camera, we have camera left and camera right. Don't have up and down, but camera left and right. You can put them on your bumpers, like I did, or on your second joystick. It's a personal preference, but I like to have it there because that way I can freely move and shoot as much as I want, and moving the camera at the same time. For camera, we also have camera reset, like this. Boom. Camera immediately resets. I put it on my left joystick click, but I don't recommend to put it here because sometimes I press it just because I'm stressed, so I just press it by accident. But yeah, we kinda need this button as well. Then we have look mode, numpad 0 on the keyboard. That can be useful because some objects will only move or be triggered if they are on screen, so sometimes you need to watch objects to make them move or get triggered. Then we have think, that I actually don't have now because I didn't take the first yellow lamp of the game in this save file. But yeah, basically, if I press right joystick after that, I will be able to think, which is useful. It's F1 on keyboard. We also have screenshots, which makes the game lag, as you can see right now. And it can be useful for a few tricks, and for example, to extend the shots of the bullets. So if I shoot and then spam screenshots like this, the bullets will actually reach further distance. So yes, it can be useful. We have a button like enter to spam the cutscenes. Dive is the same as strafe usually, but I also use B. And that should be it. We just have start, of course, to pause the game. And yeah, that's it for the basics. Now for movement. Basic movement is running like this. When you run on the ground, you have the fastest speed, basically, 10 units per second. So just run as much as you can, and you're gonna be the fastest in the game for regular movement. When you jump, your speed decreases. You only get like 80% of your running speed, so try to avoid jumping as much as you can. And hover is even worse. When you hover, you only have 50% of your running speed. So yeah, try to run as much as you can. If you have to jump, try to do a short jump, but to not hover. And sometimes you have to hover, so try to hover as little as less as possible. But when you have to hover, there is actually a tech to go slightly faster called hover boosting. And that way, it's basically hovering, holding strafe, so that button, and spamming hover, or like triggering like this. If I do this while strafing, I actually go like 60% of my running speed. So instead of 50%, it's 60%. So when you really have to hover, try to actually hover boost like this. And that way you can go slightly faster. When you are running up hills like this, you actually go slower, and downhill you go faster. Don't know if you can actually see this, but yeah, this one is quite steep, you cannot actually see it. So in some cases, it's actually faster to jump in some hills like this. So yeah, it's something to know as well. And when you downhill, don't jump, of course. That's basic movement, but you also have wall boost, which is a movement tech to go slightly faster. It's like 12%, it's like, sorry, 120% faster than our running speed. So you go 12.5 units per second basically when you roll boost. It's actually quite technical to do. I won't go into much detail in this like beginner tutorial. Basically you need to strafe, like stop Rayman, strafe, shoot and jump and go forward, like this. And that puts you in an animation where your rolling speed is slightly faster, as I said, but you need to jump every second to extend it. So that's not really clear, I know, but just know it exists. And sometimes, I will say, like you actually trigger a roll boost here, so that can be useful. But I would say for this tutorial, we won't really care about it, and I will show you the routes that are roll boost less. And maybe explain it later a bit more in details. To not have too many infos at the same time. It's already 10 minutes of video. And all that being said, let's actually start. There is a way to have a fast reset save file. This one is a fast reset save file, skipping the first cutscene. There was a tutorial on how to create it on speedrun.com. Also any tutorial on speedrun.com to set up the game. I won't go into much detail for this, but just check it. You can put some links in the description if you want. So we'll load this save file and watch this cutscene. And while this cutscene plays, let's talk about lum routes. Because in this game you have to collect a specific number of yellow lums to enter some levels. Here in green there are two bonus levels, Walk of Life and Walk of Power, and 4 in yellow, 4 like mandatory levels. They are basically the masks levels, the levels where you collect a mask. The good news is, with the route I'm gonna show you, only thing you have to remember is that you need 550 lums to enter Iron Mountains. And after you entered Iron Mountains, you don't care about yellow lums at all. So this is gonna be a very lenient lum route. We are going to do Walk of Life, but we will have way more than 60 lums to enter Walk of Life. If you don't skip a lot of lums in marshes, that is. And then yeah, we will have way more than 100 for Water and Ice. Stone and Fire, we will have like over 320 to enter it. Rock and Lava is gonna be a bit tighter. You have to be careful for Rock and Lava, it's gonna be like 480, something like this. And yeah, then 550 for Iron Mountains. So just remember for now Iron Mountains 550, and try to remember the other like important lum checks. But for this route, that's why all mask is very lenient, as I said. The only 550 for Iron Mountains should be enough for you to beat the game. And I will tell you if you really can't enter Beneath. I just noticed there is actually a mistake in this that I need to change. Wait, let's do that. Beneath. It's Winter Beneath, not Sanctuary of Rock and Lava. Anyway, so yeah, Winter Beneath, the level with the mask, need 475. Now let's start. So for this speedrun on PC, by the way, this is a tutorial for PC version, I didn't say it, but other version you can still be useful, but don't expect everything to work. But in PC we type no movies, NOMOVIES. We hear the game clap, and that way we can skip the cutscenes with enter. And timer starts on first movement. So let's go. First, a slide. So for slides, you want to hold strafe and jump repeatedly like this, while having Rayman facing diagonally, like the opposite direction where you want to go. I know it's complicated, but here I want to turn on the right, so Rayman is facing diagonally on the left. And like this, I'm jumping like repeatedly like this. This is the fastest way to move on the slides. We will see later. Here you can try to do Murphy skip. If you don't want to, like you can just run here and spam shoot or accept to get fast text. You just lose 3 seconds compared to trying Murphy skip. But you can actually skip Murphy by jumping, doing 2 almost frame perfect, kinda RNG jumps, like this, boom, boom, boom. And here, of course here I cheated because Murphy is not here anymore. But yeah, you can always try, and if you fail, just keep the text as always. But yeah, you can save about 3 seconds, so good to know. Now to break this cage, you want to be around here. Because if you're not here when you break the cage, Rayman will slowly walk to that point like this. So basically you want to break the cage and be there when it's broken, like this. I also am holding strafe when doing this, and that way Murphy is coming to me faster than if I'm not holding it. So yeah, I'm shooting, holding strafe, and Murphy should be immediately coming to me and talking to me, and I quickly spam like this. And we take this lamp that opens the door, and that gives me the power to think, as I said. This can be useful later. So in this level it's cool to roll boost, but as I said, for this tutorial I won't show you the roll boosts. So just jump when you need to jump, and otherwise you're just running on the ground like this. And that's the fastest way to do this level without roll boosting, like this. In this level we have to take the 5 lumps, and so yeah, it's something we have to do to get used to. Here there is a kinda tricky jump to do, where we really need to use the jump and tap hover mechanic I explained earlier. It's really 1 or 2 seconds time save, so I really wouldn't recommend you to go for it right now. And it's harder without roll boost. So yeah, if you really know the mechanic, even me without roll boost, I can I can struggle with it sometimes. So instead, just go here, jump on the stone, grab, jump, try to trigger hover as late as possible to have the 80% speed of the jump for longer. And when you grab this, immediately jump, like short hop, go into the cutscene, skip the cutscene, and when I skip the cutscene, I hold camera left, and that gives me a good angle like this. You can see the camera going slightly out of bounds if you do it. So yeah, basically, I go here, jump, spam enter, and hold camera left, and that way by skipping the cutscene you actually get teleported here. That's why we actually trigger the cutscene and skip it. And that way with holding camera left you just have to hold forward, and you should have a good angle to go forward like this. So just aim here at the walls, and here with a good timing you want to hold, double tap, hold, double tap, hold, double tap, hold, double tap, and spam shoot at the end to break the cage, and spam enter to skip the cutscene. That's it for Worlds of Light. Here, after every level, the game will ask you if you want to save, and yes is put by default. What you want to do is to not save, because that way you can use a glitch later called load warping. Safest way to do it is to hold down. Like when you skip the last cutscene, for example, you hold down, and that way no will always be selected. But be careful, because sometimes if you frame perfectly press accept, you will still still save yes. Like the game will still be at yes, and then it will be put back at no. So basically hold down, wait for a few frames, and accept. And here we want to spam enter to skip Murphy. We need to spam jump, sorry. In the hole of door we need to spam jump to not have Murphy talking to us. Another thing, a lot of things going on. When you go out of a portal, you want to hold jump as well. That way you will cover more distance. We will see it later, but yeah. For this one, for example, you want to hold jump, and that way you will have a bigger boost going out of the portal. Now, the Fairy Glade. First, you can go take this lamp like this. It's quite fast to get. And now we will use our first glitch, an air swim. There are 3 ways to do this. I will only show you 2 because the other one is like there. It's not really easier than the other 2, and it's actually quite slower. So I won't show you. So you have the choice between a way that's actually, it can be faster, it can be easier, but it's way less consistent and very annoying to do. But it's easier, so you can choose to go for it. Or a way that is a bit more technical, but it can be very consistent. The first one is actually the old air swim people have been doing for years and years because before we had some better options. But basically you want to hit this corner like this. The visual cues for it, there we go. Visual cues for it is, as you see, like the corners. I can't show you with my mouse, but basically there is a corner. You want to get the shoes aligned with it, kind of like this. Have a good angle like this, so use strafe to have a good angle. I hold strafe and then hover, holding forward and hover in that direction like this. So yeah, like this. You basically want to hit Rayman's crouch on the corner. Poor guy, I know, but that way you can trigger this air swim. So it's actually quite precise, very inconsistent as I said. Sometimes you can take like 20-30 seconds to trigger it, but it's not too hard. As you can see, I can trigger with it, but at some point you can get it. So that's the first way of triggering air swim here. Second way is to use the GLM, the grab location manipulation glitch. I would recommend to watch the video Robin made about it. The simple explanation about it is we grab a ledge like this, and then the game keeps in memory the position of that grab, and then we are gonna slightly move the position of that grab it's gonna teleport Rayman in a weird way that's gonna trigger the air swim. But to do this, we need to jump next to a specific slope. It's gonna be this slope here, that's steep enough to move the grab location. And the way you jump on that slope is very important. If you hold forward, if you're hovering, if you're strafing, all those elements are important. So here we are gonna land by holding forward and hovering but not strafing. We want to land around here basically. The angle is also very important. That's why I like to go outside like here and then turn and then land like this. And as you can see, that way you can get the teleport. And by just releasing the ledge grab, so if you want to release the ledge grab, you just need to press down. We trigger the air swim. So grab the ledge like this, go forward, here, aim at the plant to land slightly behind, and land behind. So for example, I didn't land behind here. Land behind while still holding forward, hovering, but not strafing. I make it look easy, but it requires some practice. So go here, you can see the visual cues here. Turn and jump, hold forward and down. I'm resetting the camera by pressing strafe at the end, by the way. Like if I'm not resetting the camera. Boom. Now that you're here, you want to go forward, go into this part of the wall, because be careful because there are some collisions on the walls. And then you can take the loading zone out of bounds, but it's easier, like we'll recommend to just go here and take the loading zone like this. That's it for the first part. Not the easiest. And that way you actually save 40-50 seconds easily. To climb this tree is a bit technical. You can jump to skip some vines like this. Here it's another slide, so again you want to strafe and jump like this. And now be careful of the fish here, he can hit you if you're not too fast. So you can jump like this to dodge it, and then we can skip some vines like this. And again I'm hover boosting here to be a bit faster, so holding strafe and kinda spamming hover to go faster. This cutscene, as you will see, you can't skip it immediately, you have to wait a bit, and boom, you can skip it. We bait the parrot here. I just did a small hover boost here to land on the crate, otherwise you can just grab it like this, or even land, just die. So yeah, just do a small hover boost. If you hold forward, you just should land on the crate. Here, try to do some short hops, short jumps, rather. Here you can do a void skip to save 15-20 seconds, but it's very stupid. Don't worry about it. And here I don't care about the barrels because I'm actually, like, if I don't do anything, I should be sent forward. But here I'm spamming jump and shoot, like this. And by spamming jump and shoot, you shouldn't be sent backwards by the barrels. So just spam jump and shoot to climb the web like this, and you should be fine. To enter the cutscene, I like to jump like this. That way the camera will be good at the end of the cutscene. If you are just running into the cutscene, sometimes the camera can be bad. Like in the wrong direction, you can do sometimes like this with it. So good to jump like this. Here also I like to jump to either dodge the shot. Oops, I was just not supposed to hit the parrot, but yeah, I like to jump like this to avoid getting hit or getting a damage boost as well by shooting. That parrot, to kill him, we take the barrel and we shoot in its direction. If it wants to hit the good direction. Like this, thank you. And that way we can climb this. You can take this slum. This slum is actually fast to take, like this. And here you just want to shoot and jump. So if you do it in one single motion, it's actually a bit faster, but yeah. Just shoot in the platform, jump, and should be fine. Here you can jump over the laser if you are fast enough. Otherwise, you can actually jump on the right here. The laser has a better hitbox if you jump on the right. If you just like this. It's maybe you either have to jump on the left over the laser or between the two on the right like this can also work. Here we just hit the switch, jump. And let's go for the fourth part of this long level. Glade is definitely a long, difficult level, so don't feel too much overwhelmed by it. It's normal if you take a long time to learn it. We just go here and do the machine. There is a fast strat for this machine. I won't show it. Just watch my runs if you want, or the World Records run if you want to see it. But the usual fastest strat is to throw the keg upward as you're supposed to do it. Go slightly forward when you shoot the bomb. So yeah, up. I go slightly forward and I take back the barrel. You should be fine like this. You still need to be quite fast to make this fast, to not miss a shoot. Because you need to be careful for one thing. I'll actually explain. Let's wait for a bomb, for example. If I'm here, if you are at the right position but a bomb is spawning, most of the time Rayman will actually aim at the bomb. Sometimes, for example, I'm here and the bomb is actually spawning, so I will miss my shot just because Rayman will aim at the bomb with the barrel. I don't know if it's clear, but basically you want to shoot the barrel as soon as possible, because if you do it too too late, the bomb will spawn, Rayman will aim at the bomb and you will miss actually. So if you feel like you're too late, just send the barrel forward, upward I mean, again. Destroy the bomb and shoot the barrel. But yeah, that's something you will lose time to it. This part can be frustrating because you don't know what you're doing wrong exactly. But most of the time it's because you are actually aiming at the bomb with the barrel, so you are missing your shot. For example, if I wait here. Okay, no. This time it worked, but sometimes it doesn't work. Here we can skip the cutscene, but we actually want to wait to see Rayman coming out of the tunnel. So we wait, and we skip here. That way we don't have to do the all the way back. Again, it's a classic mistake everyone has to make at least once, so you will see. Grab the purple like this. And again, climb above wall. Hold, double tap. And you should be fine. In this map, I will show you the tornado skip. It's not something that you have to do. First, grab both lumps. This one can be skipped, but if you want, you can grab it. It's like 3 seconds to grab it. I forgot to explain it, by the way. But in all masks, a yellow lump should be about 2 seconds to take. If a lump is more than 2 seconds to take, it's not worth it. Or it can be if it's a backup, basically. But yeah, the rule is a lump should be about 2 seconds to take. To have the 550 lumps need to get in our mountains as fast as possible. So here so you can do the tornadoes as usual. You can watch the No Major Glitches run to see how to do it fast. But I won't show you here. I will show you the tornado skip using the grab location manipulation glitch again. So we need to grab a ledge here. So basically you need to grab the ledge like this. Try to be as much on the right as possible. This one can also work, but yeah, this one. So the game will remember the last grab you did, so this one for example. So we jump out of it. And then we will manipulate the position of that grab by going in the tornado. Here, actually be careful to go here, like on the right of this thing, because if you are too here, Murphy will talk to you. So yeah, it's a free Murphy skip if you go around here. And then we want to go here in the tornado. So you can see a mark on the ground. And now we actually have this as a visual cue. You can get your own visual cue, but this is basically the angle we want to get. Position and angle, again, it's very important to get. And now we just want to jump, not strafe, not go forward, but it's kind of hard because we are in a tornado, so we need to hover as late as possible, otherwise we will just jump like in the tornado like this. And we don't want to do this. So we want to land while hovering like this. Oh, that was the first one. And as you can see, so several things happen here, so let's do it again. First, you know the GLM worked when you get a small teleportation. You can see a small teleportation backward. Like this, for example. Did you see the teleportation? As long as you have a teleportation, you can still get the trick. But you need to land while hovering to get it. If you are not hovering, you will just teleport as you saw. If you land while hovering, sometimes it's still not gonna... It's gonna do something... So here, for example, I'm not getting the teleportation anymore, so the GLM is too high in the wall. The grab position is too high, so I have to do a backup I will show. But yeah, basically you need to have a teleportation that will put you in the air. And when you get the teleportation, just press jump again. And pressing jump again will send you upward. So land while hovering. And when you get the teleportation, you hover. You press jump again, just once. And then you get fly upward. If you fail it, there is a backup. I'm not that used to it, but basically you want to look at this. You can see the butterflies most in the middle of the screen. Move slightly forward like this and try to do the same thing. And maybe... I don't seem to get it. But just know it's a backup that exists. If it really doesn't work, you can go back to reset the grab position. So you need to... It's a big time loss because you have to go back, grab the ledge again. So around this. That should work also. And go back into the place where we did the manipulation earlier. around here, same position. Sometimes you can get a small bounce like this, it's actually good. So yeah, I got teleportation, press hover. One more thing, to grab the purple lump fast as I did, you need to reset the camera. You can actually kinda spam it. You can spam reset camera like this. So I'm holding forward to go into the second tornado. So yeah, I'm triggering I'm pressing jump to trigger the hypercopter, the big speed we get in the tornado, holding forward to go in the second tornado, and when I am in the second tornado, I'm starting to press camera reset like this, and that way I will be able to snipe the purple lump. Well, of course I'm failing because the pause messed things up. But yeah, it saves a bit of time to snipe the purple lump like this. It's not mandatory. If you miss it, you just have to don't take break the cage. You have to press hover again, because if you don't press hover again, you're gonna fall very fast. So yeah, just release and press again, and then you have the normal hover to land here. There are some runs you can take this here, but let's not do this in this route. So you should end with 14 lamps here. And again, holding down, pressing no, and spamming jump to enter the marshes as fast as possible. Here I like to strafe, hold jump to get a bigger boost out of the portal, and with a good angle you can get some distance like this. Another small jump, like here, where I'm using the tap hover mechanic. So I'm jumping, tapping hover. I'm actually not doing a long jump here because otherwise you can bonk on the ceiling. So you lose the height. Still possible, but it's not the best. So yeah, do a medium jump and tap hover, and you should be able to grab this. Skipping the lily pads. You can skip the corner like this, to a small hover to land here, and skip the cutscene. Spamming shoot to trigger some as soon as possible. Here you really want to learn this level, Marshes. So we are holding strafe as long as we can, because you are faster when you hold strafe like this, and you can enter enemies as you saw, but not crates. For example, here I need to slightly raise strafe. So what I like to do is to hold strafe, hold the direction I want to go, and if I want to change direction, I'm just releasing strafe and immediately pressing it again. So that way you have a lot more control of Rayman than if I just like do this like this. It's very easy to just die if you are not strafing and just going around like this. So yeah, just try to hold strafe and know when you don't when you have to release strafe actually. This place can be a bit technical, but like this, for example, it's a good way to do it. The lump I just took, try to jump slightly on the right, but don't go too much on the pole, because the pole can actually break the link between you and Sam, so it can kill you. Jump on the rock to take those lumps. Strafe again. This one. Strafe. Strafe, and then release here. If we don't release strafe at the end, you will get killed by the fish, so be careful of this. And then what I like to do is to hold forward and right to break the cage like this. So Marshes is really a level you have to learn. It seems easy, but if you don't learn it, you're gonna lose minutes to it when you start. So yeah, be careful, learn, try to hold strafe as much as you can. You will get killed when you learn it at first, because sometimes you have to release strafe and you have to learn it the hard way. But if you just hold strafe, know what to do exactly when you have to release it, you should be fine. You're gonna die, of course, sometimes still, but not too much. And we still want to collect 49 lumps in this level, so try to collect 49 lumps. If you miss lumps, again, we have backups. It's not the end of the world. Wait, I need to explain here something here. But yeah, try to get all the lumps. So what I wanted to explain is here we will want to press start, to press pause, at a specific moment in the cutscene. I press it when I see Rayman coming out of the... coming in front of the waterfall. That way we will skip the small jump on the routes like this, on the lily pads. And also we will set up our load warp point for the next glitch we were gonna do. So you basically want to jump like this, and that should be it, like this, just spam. No, okay. Like this. So yeah, we skip some jumps, and we put our load warp point, that I will explain later, in the Bayou. So the Bayou, we skip the cutscene, and we can actually move in that cutscene. Like this. That was not great, but basically what I like to do is to, when you see a cannonball destroying the bridge around here, I'm pressing strafe and left like this, and that way I can fail, but that way I can land like around here at the end. You will see it's very hard to go on the left in this cutscene, but you can actually move. It can be nice to shoot to know where you're going, because if you see your shots going on the right, that means you're not going the right direction, so you need to stop moving, otherwise you're gonna die here. Maybe don't worry too much about it. If you don't want to worry about it, just don't move, you will be sent here and then go into that portal. So here we want 60 lumps to enter this level. Let's say I have enough lumps to go there. I have 68 lumps, so as you see, I could have missed 8 lumps in Marshes, for example, and still made it easily. If you don't do tornado skip in Fairy Glade, you get like 6-8 extra lumps, so it can be very easy to enter this level. But still, we need 60 lumps just in case. Enter the portal. I need to drink. Walk of Life, I won't explain too much. That was the very important boing boing strat at the start. By holding strafe like this and having some specific movement, you can trigger the webs quite fast like this. It's not very important. So you just complete the level as usual. Hover boosting here. So holding strafe and spamming hover. Do not lose so much time. It's actually possible to do this jump without hovering, but it's actually quite hard. Here we want to spam jump. It can be quite tricky to do if you want to grab the vines again. So again, hover boosting here. Trying to not hover as much as possible to stay on the ground. Same here. We are hover boosting. You can skip this hover, like this time refill, except if you did some bad mistakes, it can be safe to take it, but usually you will have like some time remaining here, even if you don't take it. Take the lumps here. And at 46 lumps, I'm gonna press pause, like here. I took 46. And I'm loading. And since I didn't save since the start of the game, my save file is at 0%. So I just need to load my 0% save file like this. And that way, as you can see, I'm back at the Bayou, because that's where we pressed pause earlier, with all the lumps we collected. As you see, I have 114 lumps. So that's the load warp glitch I was talking about. Just don't save. Don't save and load your 0% save file. You will be back in the Hall of Doors with all the lumps collected. So that's very convenient here, for example. We're gonna use it at the end of Cave of Bad Dreams, and then you don't need it anymore. So you will be able to save after Cave of Bad Dreams if you want. So here we have a switch. Most of the switches will be automatic, you just have to aim in their direction, like slightly, and they will auto-aim. Not this one. This one you have to really aim at it like this, otherwise. But here it was a bounce, but if you don't aim, you will see that it will not trigger. So maybe it's, at first, take your time to aim at it. You can cut the corners like this. Grab the lumps, we want 49 or even 50 lumps here. Can break this cage. There is a damage boost you can do here, but don't worry about it. Grab the lump, like this. So yeah, we can take 49 lumps or 50. If you take 50, you're gonna trigger the bonus level at the end of the level. So I will show you with 50. So we want to jump as soon as possible. Hover boost again, now you're used to it. Try to hover boost as much as you can. And remember to take all the lumps here. We need those as well. You can jump like this to trigger them. You can do this. If you don't do this, you can actually shoot like this, and that should aim at the cage as well. So if you can't do the snipe I just did, just shoot like this and you will break the cage as well. It's about the same time anyway. Now there is a hard glitch you can do here. I'm not sure if I should show it. I guess I will quickly explain it, but then I will show the casual way to do this. Because we are gonna do GLM again, but here it's quite hard. It's one of the hardest glitch I'm gonna show today, and it only saves about 20 seconds if done well. So I would say don't worry about it for now, but just I'm still gonna show it. So what I like to do is to be here, hold down on the D-pad to grab the ledge here, and then I will jump, delay hover like this. As you see, there was a teleportation. That means I triggered the glitch. Now I need to be around here, looking slightly on the right, and that way I can now grab the ground like this. And now I want to land while hovering like this. It can also work without hovering. You can do this actually too. If you don't matter that much, it's just faster to hover. Okay, you can just do some jumps like this. So then you're here, and once you're here, you want to jump and then land while hovering like this, slightly on the left. That's gonna move the position closer to the wall. When you see the hands being on the dark part of the ground like this, it means you can go further out of bounds. If you do it too much, you're gonna lose the GLM. Let's do it. Like this is still possible, but if I do one more jump, this is gonna happen. See? And that means I lost the GLM. I have to restart all of it. So go here, jump, slight delay, hover, look on the right, like this. Do some jump. Okay. Use hover if you want. The jumps while hovering, like aim at the line between the flat ground and the slope. And when you are in the dark part of the ground, you need to press forward and immediately press hover, but not too soon, at least not immediately, but you have to do a delay. Otherwise, you will go back in bounds immediately. So it's actually quite precise here. It's the hard part of the trick. But if you're done right, you're gonna start hovering straight forward. And then when the camera crashes on the ground, you need to hold left as well. So it looks like this. Boom, left. So yeah, forward and then forward left when the camera goes on the ground. Here, I successfully did the trick. I grabbed the ledge here. Again, it's very hard, technical to learn. So at first, at least when you start, don't worry about it, I would say. Again, you do whatever you want. You're free to try it, but don't feel bad if you can't get it consistently when you start. If you can't get it, just go here. There is a damage boost you can go here, but again, not worth it. Just spam shoot, go behind the pyramid like this, because if you're here when the fight ends, you're gonna skip a yay animation from Rayman, so you need to be on the bridge, and also you are where you want to be, so go behind the pier right like this, no hey animation, snipe the switch, and go forward. Here we can actually dodge the barrels like this if you want. Again, it's faster to just run than jumping. You get the green lum. That should be a good cycle if you're just holding forward and jumping like this. This lum is the lum you can skip if you want only 49 lums, but I would still recommend to take it. Don't shoot this switch, because it will trigger a cutscene. Instead, just jump and hover and shoot at the end. That should easily make it. For this pirate, you want to damage boost. The fastest way to do it is to jump as late as possible and boom, entering, like, when he's about to hit you, you immediately jump and shoot, like this. So I'm cancelling the animation of being hit by shooting. If this can be technical, you can jump too early, like this for example, and that way, if that happens, just jump again and shoot again. Be careful, because sometimes he will still chase you. If he chases you and he gets you around here, you can get crushed during the cutscene. So be careful to actually hit the switch when you are around here. If you are here, he can't hit you anymore. He can't go here. So yeah, hit the switch when you're here. And once you hit the switch, hold strafe. In this cutscene, hold strafe. That way you will have a nice camera after the cutscene. You don't even have to hold, you can just press it during the cutscene, and that way you have a good camera after the cutscene. Finally here we have a cage snipe that can be a bit tricky. But it's actually, you need to use the thing I said. You need to see the cage to trigger it, to break it. Like, if I'm here, Rayman is shooting in the right direction, but nothing happens because the cage is not on screen. What we like to usually do is to go here and then jump. I don't want to show it actually. The easy way to do it is shoot when you are around here. So you see here. And go look mode. If it works actually. Okay, never mind, it doesn't work. Huh. Okay, that's because you are not in the range of the cage actually. So that's why what we do usually is to shoot and jump when you are around here. So you will be in the cage, in the range of the cage, and turn the camera to the left. That looks like this. Jump, turn the camera to the left. Yeah, so that's why you are in the range of the cage when you are around here. If you don't get it, don't worry too much about it, just jump on the trampoline, break the cage like this. Just, you can take this cage as well. It usually doesn't lose time if you're fast enough, but there is only one lum in it. So if you are like slow, you struggle to get the lums and break the cage, maybe don't worry too much about it because it's only one lum. But again, it's nice to not have it's nice to practice getting this lum, and too bad if you lose time taking it. That way you have one extra lum. And that way I ended the level with 50 lums out of 50 and all the cages. So I will trigger the bonus level. Also here I can just hold enter. And here I can press start, down, accept, and yeah, we just skip the level like this. It's very fast, just like 1 second lost. And still don't save, be careful of it. Spam jump to enter water and ice. And skip the cutscene. We'll jump here again to get a big boost out of the portal. Oops. We get the lumps here. Here when I enter the water, I shoot. And that cancels the animation. See? Like if I don't shoot, this happens. You see the Rayman having his hands upward. If I shoot, this doesn't happen, so it saves like 1 or 2 seconds. So Sorry, I need to drink again. And here we will do one more air swim. So first we go down like this to take just this lump. It's 5 lumps, so it's really worth it. The lumps here, if you really want to, you can take the lumps like at the that's around here. It takes like 25 seconds to grab it, so it's not worth it at all. But if you want some extra, you can take it. I wouldn't recommend it actually. So I just take those lumps, and now we are in trouble because this is not a hard trick, but it's very inconsistent. Basically, what you want to do is to hug the wall like this. You want to hold forward against the wall and be perpendicular to the wall. Like if I enter look mode like this, the water surface should be horizontal. Like the more horizontal it is, the easier the trick is gonna be. You really want to aim at this black corner, like black dot you can see on the wall. I'm slightly too much on the right here, so I can reposition myself. We can also have visual cue with Rayman's shadow. You can see on the bottom of the screen, Rayman's shadow touching a line. You can get your own visual cues, of course. Basically, you want to be like this. And then we want to hold forward. Well, I messed up the setup, but yeah, around here, I'm holding forward. I'm diving and going up again. Because if I'm not diving first, I would just jump like this. So I need to dive and go up. And when I'm around here, I want to dive again and shoot when Rayman is horizontal. So about when my nose is entering the wall. Like this. That's the idea. There we go. There is some kind of setup, I don't really know it that much, to be honest. But I see people not timing the shoot input by basically going, so just what I said, like this. And then they're able to actually clip. Not sure how they do it, but what I like to do is to be like this and time my shoot. So when my nose is entering the wall, I'm shooting. So diving, waiting, shooting. And sometimes, most of the time actually, it's not gonna work. But as long as you get it in less than 1 minute, you're still saving time. So I would really recommend to go for this. You skip a quite long orb section. That's not interesting. So you dive, go up, and try to really go straight forward into the wall to be as much perpendicular as you can, and shoot like this. And as you can see, it's fast to retry. So even for me, it can take quite some time to get it. It's completely normal. Please. What a great game. I'm trying to be kind of fast, like not making sure I'm perpendicular to the wall. That's why it's a bit more inconsistent for me. But yeah, that's the idea behind this air swim. Now once you're here, you can get your own visual cue. But basically, when you have your air bar appearing on screen, go forward. And here I have my air bar coming on screen, so I know I can start swimming. Okay. So just going forward, slightly to the left, but basically you can go forward, it's gonna work. And when you see the air bar appearing, that means you are out of bounds, you are air swimming. So you can start going. Where am I? I wanted to go back, but that's a bad idea. Let's die maybe. Can I die here? So basically you're just holding forward. Please grab this. Thank you. You're just going forward and press jump to go up when you see your air bar appearing. So here, here. Hold forward, shoot, pray. That's not making it. Aim at the black dot in the wall. Wait, no, that's not working because the air bar might not working actually. Just know you need to not press jump too early, otherwise you're gonna jump out of the water. And not too late, otherwise you're gonna die in the death plane. There are a lot of death plane you need to dodge here, so that's why it can be quite tricky sometimes. So you just wait a bit, like 1 second. Just wait 1 second before jumping, before going up. Then here you want to spam jump to get some boosts out of the ground. If you just spam jump when you're going out of the collision, you can get a boost. Get all the lumps around here and you should have enough air. If you see that you won't have enough air, don't try to go for all the lumps, you can skip some of them. Here there is a hard skip that I won't show actually. Basically you can skip this slide, but it's a bit hard. And you skip like 8 lumps if you do it. So to have a more linear lump route, we will actually do the slide. So to do the slide, we need to bonk on this barrier here. And again, look on the left diagonally, strafe and jump like this to build momentum. That way you enter the boss fight as soon as possible. There is a way to skip this boss again. Water Nice is a very hard level. But I will first show you the casual way. Just know that when you are entering the cutscene, you want to hold think. You know the F1, what I have on the right click, right joystick click. You want to hold it like this. That way you can move in the cutscene. So it can be a bit faster like this. That's a strat. Be careful if you do it. So that way you can defeat Axel quite fast and not be too much annoyed by his projectiles. Just be careful because if you don't jump out of the purple lump, you will be a soft lock after the cutscene. So you need to not grab the purple lump after the cutscene, otherwise you're gonna soft lock. So yeah, I'm pressing think and my movement is pressing jump and shoot at the same time. So in the cutscene I grabbed this, I waited a bit, jumped and hover. And that way it's always something to test. Maybe don't worry about it when you start, but it can be useful to not be annoyed by Axel, by Aglag. So yeah, quite useful. My visual cue with it is in the cutscene you can see Axel having his punching going up and down like this. And when his left arm, so left arm is on the right, the arm on the right going up like this, I'm pressing jump twice, like jump, hover. That way I end up at the right position and not being still holding the purple lump, so not soft locking. If you want, so there is the skip, so if you do this, then you go back here, of course, blah blah blah. If you want to do the funny Axel skip, that saves like not even 15 seconds, so it's very hard to make it worth it. You need to turn around, strafe, break the camera like this. So you will be facing the slide like this, and then you do some backward jumps. You need to build momentum like this. As you can see, since I paused, I'm not heading the right direction. It's close, close. There is a fastest way to do it by using a lump boost. You still want to go here, strafing, and then you can just shoot like this. So you don't even need to break the camera. You can just hover like this, turn around, strafe. You're facing the purple lump. Shoot and jump at the same time, and then if you have a good timing, you can have some momentum like this. That can be enough to make it. I'm not that used to the setup here, like usually I'm still turning the camera. Let's try without turning the camera, so like this. I didn't have a good boost here, so I can try again. So as you can see, it can be hard like this. That's why I like to break the camera. So what I mean by breaking the camera is I'm holding still strafe, but at the same time I'm turning the camera by using camera left or camera right. And that way I'm still strafing, but the camera is ahead of me. And that way I can do this and still hold forward. But yeah, now that it's not my usual setup, I can't do it anymore. Let's try once more. So break the camera like this. Jump shoot. Lump boost, so you actually you press jump as soon as you grab the purple lump to get a good boost. I will talk about it later, but I did a lump boost tutorial for a tutorial for lump boost. So if you want to use a lump boost, I will recommend to check it first to understand what you're doing. So again, a hard skip, that's not mandatory. If you don't want to worry about it, maybe just practice the think strat I talked about earlier. And that would be just enough to easily beat Axel and not lose runs to it. Hold enter here, hold down to say no, and PAM to enter the Menhir Hills. So here the start is actually quite technical to do fast, because we need to hit a switch. To hit a switch, we need to both be close enough so our shots are hitting, because otherwise our shots are despawning too fast. And we also need to look at the switch, so it looks like this. We go here, shoot, and when I'm going... See, I didn't turn the camera, I actually went like this, to still have the switch on camera. We don't see it, but it's on camera, that's what I mean. So I shoot here, turn around, and when I hit it, I can turn the camera. That's why I'm going here, triggering the shell, like this. And we will take the cage while the shell is running. By going here, I'm actually manipulating the shell, and the shell doesn't know what to do, so it just stops working, and that way I can go on it. Jump here to not explode with the door, and kill the parrot as fast as possible by spamming here. You can use the iframes like this. Here there's a snipe you can do, but don't do it, honestly, don't do it. I see a lot of people trying to do it, but without having a setup. Like, you need a precise setup to be able to do it. What I do is I put Rayman here, I hold camera left, and then I'm trying to shoot at the black bar you can see on the wall, between the two stones. So if I shoot like this, I know it's gonna hit the cage, so I need to be close to the cage like this to have it on screen. And then it's gonna break. But it only saves 1 or 2 seconds, it's nothing, and it's very annoying, so we just go inside that room, break the cage, and you should be fine. Here there is something funny. If you just walk here, you're gonna have an animation of Rayman jumping. So to skip that animation, you jump before it. You jump here, like this. so it's a bit faster. Now there is a funny skip you can do, or you can do the shell wall ride if you want. The shell wall ride can still be risky, but you get a lot of lumps, like you lose about 40 seconds if you don't die, of course. If you die, way more. You get, like, what is it, 15 lumps, something like this. So it can be very convenient if you want to be very good on lumps, don't have to be worried about it. Otherwise, here is the skip. You want to do the shell wall ride, looks pretty good. So I'm taking this lump, stopping here, waiting for the shell. And then I'm hugging the wall so the shell is actually... it's actually not working, by the way. Like I'm waiting here, have a small visual cue on the ground to know where I wait. When the shell is close to me, I go toward the wall. I'm hugging the wall like this. And when the shell is about to stop, I'm jumping. And yeah, I'm above the shell and still looking at the wall. You really want to look at the wall like this. So let's see if I can do it. Going here, waiting. Here. Hugging the wall. Jumping against the wall. Then I can walk on the wall. You can wait to be sure to clip if you want. Wait, that's not even working. The safe way to do this... Ah, okay, I despawned the shell. Very nice. Yeah, we can see the music hearing. You can death warp to fix this. The safe way to do it, that I will show you now, and during the revisit I can show you the fastest way. Just go above the wall like this, and still jump, and I jumped too early. You still need to jump. Jump because otherwise you're gonna soft lock. But you jump when you are over the wall and you should be fine. I just don't know it because I'm never using it. But it can be safer if you don't want to miss the clip in the wall that I will show you later. So you can boost, and jump here. And that works. Skip the cutscene, be careful because this game will immediately say, ask you if you want to save. And you're gonna lose time if you save here. So here we save. We press pause again to let up the load warp, to set up the load warp point. We're gonna use the load warp point, load warp glitch again after Cave of Bad Dreams to go back here. So yeah, we press pause twice to set up the point here. And then there is a small optimization you can do here. If you just hold forward in the hollow door here, Rayman will do some jumps on the roads, you know, before entering marshes. To skip that, look at the yellow point in the on the line. When it's about to reach water on ice, I will go down up. So I'm holding up, and then I'm doing down up when the gold point is reaching water on ice. Look at this. Look, down up. And that way, jump. That way you can save like 2-3 seconds. It's actually quite a big time save. A bit tricky to do, but when you have the visual cue, it's actually quite good. It happens because Rayman is going on the bridge again, so it's not fast enough to do the small jumps. And then I'm pressing jump to enter marshes as soon as the gold point passes the Bayou portal. When I see the gold point. So don't look at Rayman, look at the gold point. And when the gold point is about to reach water and ice, you do down up. Then you still hold up. And when the gold thing is past the Bayou portal, you can go. You can press jump and you should be able to skip the small animation. If you fail it, it's not too bad of course, but still a good time loss to know. Now we are entering Cave of Bad Dreams. Another level that's quite hard, but very, very funny in my opinion. Skip the cutscene. Hold, jump. to have a good boost at the out of the portal. Jump and shoot here. You can land or grab the ledge here. You can actually keep the momentum of the purple lump by grabbing the ledge. But it's not really important, just optimization. Here I'm trying to not hover, as you can see. Just here to be sure to land. But if I don't have to hover, I'm avoiding hovering. Maybe don't take this yellow lump, but this one is worth it. Just keep one here. You can hover boost here to reach this and go on the side to actually hit the purple lump as fast as possible. There are some funny lump boosts you can do here, but it barely saves time, just for swag points. So otherwise, just do this, and you should be fine. Careful of the hands. If you spam too much, you can hit the second hand, and maybe it can kill you later, but you should be fine. Let's go forward here. And then we are gonna do a skip. You don't have to kill the mini Janos, but I would recommend to do it because we'll be able to focus more on what you're gonna do next. It's actually fast to kill while still collecting the lumps. So it's not mandatory, but I really would recommend to kill them. That way we are gonna focus on this next week because we are gonna skip a lot of things here. That's one of the reasons why this category is better than NMG, because NMG have a lot of very annoying things to do here that we're gonna skip quite easily. We want to grab the ledge here, and we want to do a wrong grab, which means we're gonna grab something that Rayman is not supposed to grab out of bounds. It's gonna look like this. So, to do this, we want first to hold camera right. So this button to turn the camera to the right. I'm grabbing here, as much on the left as I can, and I'm holding camera right. I'm also holding left like this on D-pad. Now I will jump, and now the timing is a bit hard, but the only thing you have to time is the left input, because I'm gonna jump, and at some point during the jump, I'm gonna press down. It's around the peak of the jump. It's hard to explain, you have to get used to it, but yeah, around the peak of the jump, we have to press down. So hold camera right, left on the D-pad, jump down, jump down, jump down. It can take several tries. As long as it takes less than 3 minutes, you're still saving time with it. So go for it, of course. In this category, it's very, very good to go for it. So yeah, jump down. It's not that precise even, but you have to practice it. Even if you don't practice it, you're still gonna save time in runs, but yeah, it's something you have to get used to. So with this setup, you should be able to grab like this. And once you're here, you can do it on D-pad. I like to do it on joystick. Press down and then hover. Don't press hover too early or you can clip back in bounds. Then I'm like this, hovering. It's hard to explain exactly where you want to go, so experiment with this. Because after the clip, you basically want to go slightly on the right, if I remember correctly. But yeah, you will see with practice where you want to go. To be behind this door. And then we skipped all of part 1, basically, all the orbs. Just take the yellow lump here and go here. Now this is actually another very hard part. We want to skip Jano. If you don't skip Jano, you're gonna lose between 1 and 2 minutes easily. So I would recommend to skip it. And I would recommend 2 ways of doing so. The Void and the Jano Skip 5, so the Think. First, when you're here, actually, there is a cutscene that's gonna play if you don't do anything. To not have this cutscene, you just have to press Think like this. You don't even have to hold it, just at some point think like this, and then you're gonna skip the cutscene. The cutscene is not gonna appear. You can also go in look mode. In look mode it also works, but it's a bit slower than just pressing think. So yeah, let's skip the cutscene. Now, there are two ways of skipping Jano, as I said. The first one, gonna show you the hard but more consistent way first, and then I will show you the void that's way less consistent but technically easier. So Jano skip 5, we are gonna use think again, but after triggering Jano. So we need to go on the slide, trigger Jano, go back up, and use think to despawn Jano. It's gonna look something like this, if I can do it again, because it's been a while. Think. There we go. It's good to have some visual cues to do it. To know when to jump on the pillar to have a good momentum backward. As you can see, I like to hold some camera inputs as well. It's really just like holding forward, holding strafe, sorry, and then going up the slope. Yeah, I don't think you really need... I think it's better to hold the camera input like camera right to make it more consistent, because you really have to be fast, because if I was not that fast, Jano would eat me, of course. And when you're here, you need to not move, stop moving, otherwise if you move and press think, nothing happens. So we need to jump on the flat ground and think. Sometimes you're gonna have a bad timing and you're gonna enter the think menu, and that can kill you, so it can be annoying. But yeah, that's the basic of it. That's something you really want to practice if you want to use it in a run. It's really not that easy. That's why I'm gonna show you a less consistent but easier method of despawning Jano. But now when you're here, what you want to do is to clip. There is a part of the level where there's nothing. Grab the yellow lamp here. Here, jump on the wall here. And then that's gonna cut your speed. So that way you can enter this hole here. And from here, you can go straight to the end of the level. So let's die and show you the other way. If I can do it, because it's void. And void can be very annoying. Basically, void is pressing pause when you die. Same frame as you die. You have a good timing, and if the game allows it, because it has a lot of kinda RNG thing to it, you're gonna enter. You're gonna either see a black screen, so you will be sure that you got it, or sometimes you won't have a black screen, but you will see Lee saying nothing, just a black text, and that means you also got it. So to get it, you basically want to die on the slide. I'm gonna die. So, one cheat code that can be useful, not allowed in speedruns of course, it's Gimme Life. Gimmelife. So I can get my health back. So yeah, you have to repeat it over and over again. Oops, I was supposed to die here. You can actually spam it. I will try by just spamming it. Later we will talk about it again and you won't be able to spam it. So no black screen, Lee is still saying something, so it didn't work. Let's do this. So basically you need to be lucky. That's why it's easier, there's nothing hard to do, just need to be lucky. It takes some time to retry, so it can be annoying for sure. Let's see if I can rank while obtaining it. Nope. Otherwise, you can also do the full fight, of course, but it's also annoying to do. But yeah, for a long time, that's why people were doing when running this game. They had no other way than trying this. Still no. Of course, if that happens in a run, you need to game over. If you game over, you respawn here, so it's not that bad. But now you can understand why it's not my favorite way of despawning Jano. You can definitely try. And the good thing is, you can try to do this if you fail the other way. Like you can try to go for the other way, the think way of despawning Jano. And if you fail, if you're about to die, you can still spam enter like this, or spam start like this, escape, to try to get void. Let's go. As you can see, there was a black screen, and now Lee is not saying anything. So that means I got the void. No, Jano is not here anymore. Which is also good to practice the next part of the trick here. Because in that state, Jano shouldn't respawn even if I die, if I'm not mistaken. So you can easily practice this, try to do this multiple times in a row. So yeah. It's still a good thing to know. I recommend to like at least try it. See as much you hate it or not. But yeah, it's definitely jank and inconsistent and can be very frustrating if you don't get it in a good run. So I would recommend to learn the other way. And if you fail the other way, try to go for void. Like if you're about to die, try to go for void. You don't lose anything. Yeah, we skip the cutscenes and load to do the load warp, and then we restart here with the potion, the elixir. Can go back in the Menhir Hills. Here we can do a funny strat. I won't show you, but yeah. If you do this, have your own movement to have the shell as close as the brambles as you can. Now I have a strat. Oh yeah, that's Murphy, by the way. If you're not careful, like if you land around here, you're gonna trigger Murphy. But yeah, nothing too important. You can skip this. We already got the cage. Now I'm gonna show you the fast shell wall ride. So same setup to trigger it. You can boost and jump through the wall like this. So yeah, you can try both and see which one you prefer. So around here you can snipe the purple lump by being here and jumping and shooting. I'm used to do it in single motion, so okay, yeah, you need to find your way of doing it in a single motion. Grab this cage, this purple lump again. And boom, turn here. I think you need to hold strafe to quickly hit the switch here. I'm not sure if it's mandatory actually, but if you hold strafe, you should hit it. Wait for Clark, hold forward, and go here. Next part, go slightly toward the shell, like this, to trigger it. Grab the ledge, try to break the cage like this. So ideally, you can do this, grab the purple lump. You can wait here, I think. Let's see if the shell is breaking actually. Like wait and then jump here. So that can work. The fast strat is to not land on the mushroom, so you can be even further with the shell, but yeah, that works. Try to boost here, like don't stop boosting, otherwise you can crash actually easier than if you are not boosting, but if you are boosting. It's actually kind of safer to boost here and faster. And don't save. You can technically save now, but just in case you can keep not saving. Alright, Canopy. This web can be quite hard to do. But the tip to do it without getting hit is to stop holding your joystick like this. Like this. If I stop moving my joystick, it's gonna stop the spider. If it's close enough. You can spam to go faster on the vines like this. It's not my usual setup, so I forgot to take the cage, of course. And like this. That's the general movement. If you miss some lumps, it's not too bad. Depending, of course, if you missed already 15 lumps before this, maybe you should be concerned, but if you miss a cage, if you miss some lumps, don't worry too much about it. It's not that bad. Here there is a snipe you can do. If you don't do it, you will have to snipe to fight the pirate to be able to hit the switch. So to skip this, I like to strafe during the cutscene, so I end up the cutscene strafing like this. I'm around here, like you can see my right foot. There was a texture I'm looking, it's my visual cue. Once I'm here, I'm entering look mode. And turning the camera, I like to see the left part, like the left border of the screen. And there is some texture I'm looking at for some good visual cue. And once I have this set up, I'm just holding forward, jumping and shooting like this. See, I hit it. Sometimes I like to go in look mode to make sure I hit the switch. It's not mandatory to go look mode, but if you want, you can try to do it. Do this, and then, for example, I would be like, oh no, that's not hitting it, so let's do it again. It's either good to go in look mode, so yeah, like this, boom, up. Because if you go too fast and if you hit the switch when you're here, you're gonna softlock. So yeah, to avoid that, don't go too fast and maybe go look mode to make sure you're hitting the switch. And then go take the lamps here, you don't care about the parrot. You can actually go like this to be a bit faster, to trigger glow box and then go back. And now we're gonna use screenshots to extend our shots, to basically hit the pole here. Basically, so we want to both use screenshots and also go forward, because something I didn't explain is if you go forward like this, your shot is gonna go slightly further. So, for example, if I shoot like this, while standing still, my shots will make less distance than if I'm walking forward like this. So that's the strat rather. So yeah, when I go around the corner, hold forward and shoot like this, which can be a bit technical, so to make it basically free, do the same, but after you shoot, you can start spamming, I would say 4 or 5 times the screenshot buttons. The more you're spamming, the safer you're gonna be, and that way you can easily snipe this pole. Go in the pole. We wait for the box. Fun. Ah, I'm stuck. Yeah, let's just wait. Of course, we could skip callbox, but nobody do it because it's way too inconsistent. Can go forward slightly before it spawns. Go here to spawn the parrot as soon as possible. And you actually want to get hit to be faster, because you're gonna skip a small animation of the parrot. That's gonna make it a bit faster. And here there is another hard trick. That's not mandatory, but we can do a damage boost. That saves about 1 minute, and if you try to do it with the cannonballs, it's actually you don't lose time except if you die. So it's good to know just in case, and go for it in your runs. But yeah, just know it's actually hard. So we want to use a damage boost. We want to get hit at a specific time by a cannonball. By still holding jump, it's important to hold jump when getting hit, and shooting as well to not have a knockback animation. My way of doing it is counting the cannonballs. There are gonna be 8 cannonballs. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 5, I'm jumping toward the door. That's gonna manipulate the bomb aim. And then I'm gonna jump on 8. So it looks like this. Screech. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't work. If I die, or maybe I die too late to have the cannonball again. But you really want to go. Yeah. Let's restart the level with open space 2 box. So you really need a good line. You want to really go toward the portal and a good timing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. Well, a good example of when I reset the camera when I don't want to. That's why you don't want to have a camera reset on your left joystick, like me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No! I had it! It's too hard when accounting. So as you can see, it can be hard. You can kinda try again if you want, if you fail it. And there is a backup with a parrot I will show. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So yeah, even the direction you're holding in the portal is important. If you're holding too much on the right, you're gonna sleep. Too much on the left, you can go on the laser. So it's definitely a hard trick, but still good to know. If you fail, so 2 things. First, you can cancel your iframes with think to retry without setup. For example, oh no, I'm too late. Not gonna work. Think and retry again. Sometimes it can work. You think to get your to lose your iframes, and then you can try to jump several times like this and hope for the best. So still hold jump and spam shoot. Don't forget. If that doesn't work, there is a backup with the parrot. You will hear the parrot jumping twice, and I don't exactly remember it, but we will see. It's like jump, and then jump twice. Like jump, roll, like this. So you can hear the parrot on the ground. You can hear the parrot doing ching, ching. After the second ching, you jump, and then you start holding forward when you land. So you don't want to hold forward during the jump and then hold forward, and then do a full jump like this. Let's see if I can do it again. No. Okay, I do exactly what I was supposed to do. Good job, me. Give me life. Let's try. I'm just gonna try it once, and if I don't get it, I will show you. the casual way. Be careful to not get hit. Jump. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just dying to show you the normal way of doing it. So usually, well, I can really restart. So I should still get the cannonballs. So yeah, you can try to do the damage boost to the cannonballs. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump. Okay. Oh no, I failed. Then you can either try the damage boost with the parrot or start charging. Like this. Be careful to not move too much, because if you move too much you can make the parrot move as well. Then 3 shots. Like this. Make sure the parrot is dead. Maybe I death drop too early actually here. Yes. So that's why you don't want to death drop too early. Otherwise, let's start again. You actually want to hear the jingle. You can die on the lasers to make sure of it. Yeah, you hear the jingle, then we death warp, and then brings us back to Globox like this. So that's the fastest way to do this casually, if you can't skip the lasers. Then we have to wait for Globox. But then we are going to skip it again. The next trick is actually easy, if done properly. So you don't care too much about that parrot. We want to collect the lumps here. To do that, hug the walls like this. Press left. And that way your shots should go toward the purple lump like this. So you just need to face it. So shoot, jump, like this. So yeah. Go here, left, shoot, jump. Break the cage, re-grab the purple lump. Get this one. And now we want to enter this building with this glue box. To do that, the basic idea is we are baiting the door, so we are going slightly outside its range, like this. So yeah, go slightly. I know my visual cues on the ground, so like you can test. Be as close as the wall as possible, and then you can test where the door will detect you or not. So you really want to be at the limit of this. And then you go slightly downward to trigger the door, or to not trigger it, I guess. And then go toward the entrance, like this. It's very technical to do like this. Not impossible, but very hard. Good thing is you can use screenshots again to make the game lag, and that way, if you do it properly, it's gonna be very easy. Like this. So yeah, hold strafe, I didn't say it, but want to hold strafe like this to not have the camera turn. You're still facing the entrance basically. Slightly down, release strafe, and spam screenshots. Just like this. When you're here, you can just break the cage and do the dance if you want, but you can actually do a small optimization. You can break the cage, bait the door again, go... and I failed it. So let's do this again. So it's not too bad if you fail it, you can just do this again. So here I despawn the Tinsy, but yeah, basic strat is rather do this, and this. And if you do just this, the Tinsy should be despawned, so you skip the Tinsy dance, basically. So now you know, holding enter, holding down, and pressing no. Now the whale bay. So we're gonna start with actually probably one of the hardest air swim of the game. But the casual way, the NMG way, is very annoying. So I think I won't show it. I will just show the air swim. Triggering it is a bit inconsistent, but not too bad. However, you really not want to be fast. We see it's actually gonna be very tight with the air bar to have enough oxygen to end the level. So you really want to practice it. But stick Rayman to this corner here. Go look mode and like look at around here. You can see there are two things on the wall. You can see the right border of the screen, for example, like this. And here I'm gonna hold forward, dive, and when I am in the limit of the glass, I will press dive and shoot just like I did in water on ice, so like this. Go up again, dive and shoot. And now we have to turn left. We have to have good movement. Look at the background here. It's a good visual cue. And we want to boost through the floor to enter the loading zone like this. I'm gonna do it again. So we go like this. In the corner, shoot to cancel the animation. Look mode to make sure we have a good angle. Hold forward, dive, go up. And when I'm in the limit, dive and shoot. Turn left, slightly like up left rather. Look at the background. Go under the collision. And then spam shoot to have the boost here, dodge this, and you enter the loading zone. It's not that bad, but you really want to practice it to not die, to have the clip. It's harder than I make it look right now. And here there is actually a very easy air swim to compensate. This is gonna be very easier. If you go around here, you're gonna have Murphy, so be careful of it. Go rather on the left, so like around here. In the water. I didn't tell it by the way, but our speed in the water is actually faster than our running speed, so if you can be in the water, be rather in the water. And now what we're gonna do is just diving here, hugging the wall and holding like this. Upward, you can just hold forward and it should work like this. So dive, up against the wall, hold forward, and boom. Sometimes you won't get a boost, but most of the time, yeah, it will work and you will get a good boost. Like this, hold forward, and boom. We want to break the cages here, there is only one cage, but 10 lumps in the cage. So try to aim like this. If you don't aim here, you can go under it and shoot like this. Just be careful to not go back in bounds. Otherwise, if you go back in bounds, just drown and do the air swim again. It's not a big time loss. Now what you want to do is to go under the collision here. We want to get air refill around here. And then just swim to the loading zone. Sorry, Carmen. So here I'm rather spamming dive than just holding it. Have a better line. But yeah, the loading zone is around here. That trigger the amazing cutscene. Very good cutscene. Next part, we're gonna get only 2 bubbles from Carmen. You can actually get even only 1. But 2 bubbles should be fine. Sometimes the fishes can be annoying though. Like here it should be fine. So take 1 bubble. I like to turn the camera like this to face the right direction. 2 bubbles and then we go. The camera will usually break. Like not face where you want to face. Sometimes you can't even see Rayman like this, for example. So that's why you need to reset camera. Just use the camera reset option to be able to see. Take the lumps. As you can see, with 2 bubbles, you are very lenient to reach the end with enough air. Okay, and here it's actually kind of technical movement. We want to skip a cutscene, it's not too bad if we trigger it, but if we jump early enough, we can skip the cutscene like this. Like, I can show you, otherwise there was this cutscene we just skipped. And then we can actually jump like this. Here there are two options to get the cage inside the crow's nest. The fast, easy way, you only lose like 5 seconds, is to just go here, break the cage, and go. And go on the right, basically. Here, you break the cage. Or you can do this. Not even sure what I was supposed to do. Yeah, break the cage and go here, I guess. Otherwise, you can snipe it. So for that, you need to grab the ledge around here. And so hold strafe. We want to grab the ledge to get the good angle, basically. That's gonna set up our angle to get the good snipe. So we have the good angle like this. And then we want to shoot while going on the right. Like this. So, boom, you can do it repeatedly like this until it works. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, it's a small time save. So you can see what you want to do. And here we want to get all the lumps. But to do that, the fastest way is to actually hit the wall here. Try to get to the cage as fast as possible. Break the cage by dodging the gory apparatus. Then we go back to get the lump like this. Yeah, you don't need to strafe, just jump and it should be easy to take the lumps if you are fast enough. If you're actually late, you can use think like this to actually go on the right place. But if you're fast enough, you can actually go on the portal, but otherwise it can be a nice backup to try at least. Don't save, and we go to the Sanctuary of Stone and Fire, where we need 300 lumps to enter it. We should have 328. So, as you can see, it's lenient. It's very large to enter this. But yeah, Stone and Fire, a very fun level, because we are completely gonna break it. First, with the GLM, grab location manipulation again. So, we want to grab the ledge around here. Basically, yeah, on the corner like this. That should be perfect. Then, we go back at the start. Look at on the ground. To have a good visual cue with I like to look at my left shoe. And then kinda look at this direction. For this I like to look at the right border of the screen. And then we have to do some precise jumps, but that's not hard at all. You just have to remember what to do. Again, if you don't hold forward, don't hold any direction. And what's important is either if you press strafe or hover. The easiest way of doing this is to strafe and do 2 jumps. 1, 2, kinda full jumps. Then you want to do jumps without strafing, don't strafe, but hovering when you land, like this. 1, 2, and as you can see, I get the teleport. So let's do it again. We go on the ledge, like this. Go back here. Take the time to have a good position, like this. Strafe jump, not strafe, hover, not strafe, hover, not strafe, hover. Sometimes it takes 2 jumps, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. After 5, maybe you did something wrong and you have to get back to grab the ledge. So if you fail this, you have to grab the ledge again to restart, of course. And from here, you want to jump, go forward, and then you can just hover. You can see the textures that this has a collision, but not this, so you can just go through this collision and then go forward. And you can actually hover boost as well. Like this, you should have enough height. Just hover boost. That's not a lot of height actually. But this is basically the end of this part of the level. We skipped everything. So yeah, if you fail it, just go re-grab the ledge, do the jumps again. But if you take your time, it should really be fine. Just as I said, make sure to strafe when you need to strafe, hover when you need to hover. If you do something wrong, you will have a wrong manipulation and you will lose the point most likely. Alright, so now we will skip everything as well using this plum. We will actually bring the plum around here. It's hard to have good visual cues, but yeah, you can see Rayman's shadow like this. You throw the plum upward, and if the shadow of the plum is around the line on the ground, to me that's good, like that should be a good position. What we want to do now is to hold strafe, jump against the wall, like this, and then go between the wall and the plum, and the clips. When we clip, that's a new sword that was found recently, we want to hold look mode. If you don't hold look mode when you clip, oh, that's no, that's not the right level. So we go back like this, get the plum. If you don't hold look mode when you clip, you won't get control of Rayman, so you will just die, and you will have to do this twice, because you will have to remove the cutscene basically. So when you clip, you will have to hold look mode, and then you can start hovering in that cutscene. So like this. Yeah, you can start holding strafe like this. It can be annoying sometimes, getting the good angle. Maybe the plum position. Okay. So it's not hard, but everything happens all at once. When you clip, press hover. Press look mode. And after that, start hovering, can spam hover. And you want to go in that direction. Sometimes it's hard to understand where you want to go exactly, but you have time to actually go here. A lot of height to actually make it. And land on that slide. Be careful on that slide, because if you die here, you will restart at the plum clip. So you will have to do it again. So yeah, when you start, don't go too fast. And there we go. We just need the blue orb to activate Umber. There was a strat to actually throw this. Yeah, you can try to grab the purple lum after throwing the orb, so Rayman will be grabbing the purple lum during the cutscene. It's a small time saver, but it doesn't cost anything to try it. Otherwise, just do this. And that's it for Stone and Fire. We'll just take the last lum of the level. It takes like 1.7, 1.8 seconds to take it, so actually worth it. Here it's actually so steep that it's faster to jump like this than just running. And you can jump here. And skip the cutscene. Now, vehicle in caves. We're gonna do Honor Swim again. There was a fastest trail that was found this week, but it's way too inconsistent now. If we find a more consistent way to do it, we'll see. We'll update it. Basically, we want to go here, in that water. And we will do the same thing we did in Water and Ice and Well Bay. Go against this wall, swimming up and down and shooting at the right moment. So something like this. And hopefully, at some point, we should clip like this. Now we need to be careful to turn like this. Don't go too fast, otherwise you can really go easily inbound again. And when you're here, you can go upward. Aim at the moon or the left of the moon, and you should be back inbound where you want to be, to grab the yellow lumps like this. And here it's actually kind of technical to find the loading zone. I think I'm gonna miss it because I'm not doing my usual setup. Okay, let's die to do it again. So we go here. And this. Into the water. Easy. We go on the left here, go see the moon. And then we go on the left of the moon here. Can get a boost if we just spam jump going inbounds again. And then you go here above the wall, and that should make it. So what I like to do is when I take the second big lump, I go touch the wall kinda, or almost touching the wall behind it. And then I go up, I aim at a specific part of the wall, and then I go down. But I would recommend to test it, see your own visual cues, and yeah, to be able to get to the loading zone. It can be quite tricky because it's not exactly where you expect it to be. So it needs some practice, definitely. However, it skips a good like 2 minutes of gameplay. So if you get it in under 2 minutes, you're still saving time, which is pretty good. We take the lumps. This part is annoying. If you grab some ledges, don't jump. Rather, release the grab by pressing down or the opposite direction. Like for example, Rayman is gonna grab this ledge, so just press down like this to go down. The ledges here are very easy to grab. Here there are two strats you can do. I think I'm only gonna show you the pipe clip. Basically, you want to go here and hold left. But since the parrot died, it might be annoying. Like this. That's the idea. Yeah, with this camera angle, it kinda sucks. Otherwise, what you can do if you don't want to worry with this, I'm gonna go back to the previous green lump. This is very good because you also get all the lumps. The strat I'm gonna show you, you usually skip one lump, so it can be annoying. Otherwise, when you're here, you go up here and you can spam. You can hit the switch here. But I would recommend going for the pipe clip. It's just that don't kill the Gorilla Parrot, and that way you will have a good angle to go like this. Just holding left on the D-pad works, but it's slightly slower than going with the joystick. And then you can skip like this. Okay, so technically you can do infinite barrel glitch here, but it's barely worth it, so we are not doing it, even in top runs. You leave the barrel to kill the parrot, shoot on the right without even aiming to hit the switch. That way you have enough time to do this. And then we will want to death warp. You will grab the green lump, break the cage, the teensy cage, and then death warp. You can do it fast, or the safe way to do it is to like land here, jump, shoot the cage, and die. And that way we despawn the Tinsy. So we don't have to do the funny dance. Get the lumps here. Again, shooting to not have the hit animation. And save. Precipice. I'm gonna show you Precipice skip. I think Precipice skip can be fun to do, to try to do, because it's not that punishing. But it's hard, it's a hard lump boost. So again, watch my lump boost tutorial if you want to learn how to do it. But yeah, it's really not that hard, I think. Just having the first boost that's hard, like here. Boost. Like basically jumping and shooting here. Jump shoot. And aiming the purple is better as well. Whoa, saved. This. So this saves about 1 minute, but skips 7 lumps. So it requires some practice for sure. Otherwise I won't show you the NMG map. But the way of doing this without the Precipice skip is quite annoying, you can very easily die as well. So to me Precipice skip is a fun one to go for. But you skip lumps and it's hard. But yeah, I don't have much things to do compared to what I said in the lump boost tutorial. You just need to face the lump, don't strafe. Small skip here on the trampoline. And yeah, the first boosts are very important to get height. That's why you need to focus on them. Once you get the hang of the first boost, it gets easier. And then you actually need to manipulate the camera. I have a small skip here that can be annoying, as you can see. Otherwise, just go here and lose 1 or 2 seconds. It's fine. Can be also annoying, can hover to cut your jumps. Here, kill the parrot. Fast with the gold fist. And get this lump. And in the next part, the platform will auto-jump you. It's slightly faster to not do auto-jumps, but when you start you can just leave the platform, so like don't press jump here. You don't need to press jump. That way you can cut the corners as well here. I didn't say it, but when you are hanging under nets like this, holding strafe makes you faster. So yeah, it can be it's a good time save. You hold strafe behind the nets, the monkey bars, to save time. Here you need to jump for those shells. Can't destroy those shells. And release here. And here we have the big hover section. Try to have a good line like this. It's hard to explain exactly, but with experience you know like how far from the lumps you can be. Like here you can aim at the black spot in the background. It can be a visual cue. And of course you hover boost, like just spamming hover and strafe to go as fast as possible. Like not hover boosting in this part, you lose about 10 seconds probably. That's crazy. And we can actually damage boost like this. Just keep hovering and shoot when the bomb hits you, and we get a decent damage boost. And here be careful, because the last platform, 2, on this one, I need to jump here. That's a mistake everyone does, of course, when you start, but you will see the last platform actually falls right in front of you. So you need to jump, otherwise you will just fall. Something again you will have to learn the hard way. Sorry. And now mini-boss, there are different ways of doing it. In this category, since you have charge shots, and Gold Fist. So first, it's good to have the Gold Fist for this fight. If you lost them, it's not too bad because you have charge shot. There are several ways of doing it. I would say a good way to do it, to not care too much about it, would be to actually charge a shot here. Try to not get hit. See if he's getting hit by some cannonballs, like this. And then you can actually charge another shot, like this. This works. We have different ways of doing it. You can try to find your own setups. But with charge shot and Gold Fist, it's really not that hard to get a good kill. Yeah, I won't show you the backups. Just charge your shots, just try to get some charge shots, and you should be fine. But there is a backup you can do, like just holding Think. And the parrot will just be killed by the cannonballs. But after that, you are low on health, so it's very annoying for top of the world. So yeah, just kill the parrot with charge shots. If you don't have Gold Fist anymore, it's not too bad. You should be fine. Here, the chair, the famous chair. And nothing like too much to say, but just get all the lumps. After this section, you're supposed to have 33 lumps. That way you can tell if you missed some of them or not. Okay, ideally, we want all 33 lumps. I know exactly what I'm doing. I will recommend to do the same. Like I see people turning in another direction sometimes and it's not that good to take the lumps. So yeah, just learn it, try a few times and you should be good. This is not a hard part, but it can be annoying at the start, but you don't know exactly what you're supposed to do. And at the start here, I'm holding jump and right. You can see. That way I'm getting the biggest jump here. And here that's where we're gonna use Think, so this, to cancel the animation. Well, of course I'm getting good RNG, you have 1 in 4 RNG to get this, but if you don't get this, just use Think when he's about to say to hit you. And that way you skip the electricity animation. Just like this. But yeah, you have a 1 in 4 RNG of getting bombs, which is good because that way you don't have to cancel anything. Jump to climb this web. And we're going here to trigger a platform here. We want to trigger a roll like this. And that way we actually trigger the platform. And we will have a perfect cycle when we get to it. Just be careful because if you are too slow, you can be seen by this guy. But you can, basically you have time to wait here anyway. So this is not too clutch. But yeah, if you do it correctly, the platform should be here. And you will get with it with the barrel. You can destroy this door. Here you want to take the lump and death warp. By death warping again you free the Tinsy. So I will show you again just here. You need to jump over the hole, go around here, close to the wall. If you do this, you should have triggered the platform. You can take 1 extra lump here. It's a bit annoying, especially with this guy. Okay, you can jump here, grab this. But the world is annoying because there are a lot of things Rayman wants to grab. So usually if you grab them, you will be seen. You can also take those lumps. Oh, I got some bombs. Let's go. Okay. The lumps here are not worth it, but they are good backups if you want them. You can also take this cage. And same for the LUM up here. It's not mandatory, but it's like 3 seconds to take, so really not that bad. And that's it for top of the world. Rock and lava. We can do the funny strat at the start. To keep the portal momentum, we can do some specific jumps while still grabbing the ledge like this. It's actually not that hard, but you really want to know what you're... yeah, you need to know what you're doing, so otherwise just go here. Maybe I can just show you. No, still not a good level. Wrong sanctuary. So you can see my inputs and try to do the same. It looks like this basically. Overboost. Here we have to wait. The location you are on the barrel here will actually determine the cycles of the barrels. So it doesn't really matter because we will use a safe strat here. There are a few safe strats you can use. You can do this. So wait here, jump on the barrel, I grab the green LUM, die, and respawn here. That's actually quite fast. You can try to do a fast strat here, where you're gonna jump on the barrel here and grab the ledge. But this is actually quite hard. And it doesn't really save that much time. Otherwise, you can just jump on the barrel here and grab the purple LUM and continue. So yeah, just a single motion. You should have a good... or maybe a good... You don't even have to jump on the barrel, it's just a bit safer. This grab is so big. I think, let's try. Okay, just do this. So it's really not that bad. Don't worry too much about this fast strats. Continue, be careful to not die. Here we can actually snipe the cage. So I like to be around here and aim at the corner of the wall, like this. And don't hit it. So then you can try again here. That should work. To free the purple LUM. And take the gold fist to kill the parrot and break the cage. After that. Here you don't have to take all the LUMs here, but if you want to be safe on LUMs, you can take them. And here there is a precise snipe we can do. It's not that bad, but being consistent at it is very hard. So you can try, and if you don't get it, I will show you the backups. But yeah, basically you want to go forward here and shoot at the wall, like this. And sometimes it works. If it doesn't work, the first backup is to go here. You can see the crack on the ground, so I'm around here, or just below it. I'm aiming at the corner here. And I can spam shooting to get the good angle like this. That way I'm triggering, breaking the cage and getting the LUM. And if you don't want to do this, you can do the casual way of breaking the cage like this and going upward. It's not that bad compared to losing 10 seconds because you want to actually try to go the fast strat. Now it's time for the funny skip, because we're gonna do Void again. We're gonna skip an entire intro scroller here with a Void, so again pressing pause when you die. It's quite inconsistent, but it saves so much time, like 1.5 minutes, that it's hard to not make it worth it. Even if you have it like 15 tries, 15 tries, I think, yeah, you're still saving time, so I would recommend to go for it. So this time you can't spam, because if you spam you're gonna get out of the void state, which you don't want to. You just want to press pause once when you die and pray for the best. Turn the camera to see Rayman. If I don't get any menu, that means I have a good timing. It can take some time. I'm gonna game over. So in a run, you have to game over if that happens. Doing the normal way is slow, but at least you get some lumps. So yeah, this is not mandatory. Again, nothing is mandatory in this run. There are just things that are so like not hard and save a lot of time, so I would really recommend it. This one can be annoying, so it really depends on you. There we go. When I'm in this state, I'm pressing down for like 3 seconds. It's hard to say exactly. But then, by doing so, I actually went like behind this door, the door at the start of the level. That's the goal of doing Void. So yeah, you respawn, you just hold down for like 3 seconds, you will see it's really not close. It's just make sure to be here and not full, so you have a lot of time before actually pressing pause again to get out of Void. So you press pause to get in Void state, and then you press pause again to get out of Void when you're here. So just a bit of blind movement before that. And once you're here, just jump like this, and you can hover boost, or keep hovering if you want to be safe, to the end of the part, so skipping all the flower auto-scroller. I wanted this tutorial to be 3 hours long. Can I do it? Probably not. Okay, and now this map is actually quite hard, but what we want to do is jump here, grab the ledge, go here, go into the fire here, and spam shoot and jump to break the cage. If you didn't break the cage here, you can go here, shoot in this direction and look mode. Again, look mode to break the cage, so it's on screen. And if you still don't break the cage like this, you can also go here, shoot in the direction of the cage, and don't even go for look mode, that should work. And just need to look at the yellow lumps so they will go toward you. Here you want to hit the switch twice like this. It's really not that hard, it's only a timing you need to practice. Basically I know when I need to shoot. If you're spamming, it can work, but it's a bit more inconsistent. I would recommend to know where you want to shoot. Have a bookmark here, perfect. So basically, I don't want to game over. Shoot here, jump, shoot here. That doesn't work. If that doesn't work, just hug the wall like this, you can hit it 3 times. I kind of want to show you this. So yeah, I would say find your timings, find your visual cues, and you should be fine. Here there are 2 lumps you can take or not. You can do this, for example. Take them and then jump here. Or just immediately jump and shoot the cage, it should be fine. Oops, didn't jump. You can ignore the walls by jumping like this if you have a good cycle. And here we actually want to grab the ledge here to skip a year animation, like this. If you don't do this, if you land here, have the year, that's slow. So grab the ledge instead. Okay, jump to avoid the cycles here. And you can clip through the wall not that important. But yeah, basically, if you are walking away from the wall when it's coming towards you, you can clip through it like this. So sometimes you can cut some corners like this. Funny glitch. Here you can shoot on go look mode or jump. Jump can also work, but going look mode is more consistent. It's just that you will have less time to grab the yellow lumps here, so what you can do instead. I have my visual cue on the ground, like when I'm here on this, I'm shooting like this and jumping like this. And if the cage is here, it's aiming at the cage and it should move the camera. But if you don't want to bother about this, again, this time it should work. You shoot, you look at the cage, and it should break. So we will enter beneath the Sanctuary of Rock and Lava, the level where you need 475 lumps. As you can see, I have 15 extra lumps in the route I showed, so you should be fine. If you really need to, like if you know you won't have enough lumps, you can set up your load warp point and then go into Walk of Power. To enter Walk of Power, you need 450 lumps, so you should have enough, I hope, if you didn't miss 40 lumps. And then yeah, you can go here and you can collect the number of lumps you want. And once you collected them, for example, if I need one extra lump, boom, I collect one lump, I load, and then I go back to the level with enough lumps. So again, lumps are really not an issue in this category. Oh, funny death. Beneath is the chill level in speedruns, especially in all mass. You don't have to worry too much about things. It can be technical if you go for all the strats. Like there is a lump boss you can do in the end, but I won't show it. It's not worth it. I like to hold strafe and be diagonally like this, but it's placebo. You're not faster with it than just this. People used to think it was faster, but no. Yeah, we can jump. The jump is slightly faster though. But hover is also fast because we get pushed by the wind, so we are actually not that fast by hovering. And yeah, hover boosting is not working because we are not releasing the hover. Those doors you can charge or you can just hit it 3 times. Remember to only shoot 3 times if you want to hit it from far away. We take the lumps, we don't need the one on the right. Take the lumps here. This door can be annoying to break. Don't go if you go too much forward, the capways will spawn, so you won't be able to hit this again. That can be annoying. So try to stay further from it, like here, and hit it from here. And when you have a good angle, you can start going forward like this. And if the capways are still here, you can damage boost to go faster here. Otherwise, land here and go down. Same here. Oh yeah, just holding. Can be quite hard when you start. Be careful to don't get hit, for example here. You can easily get hit by the ceiling and die in the lava, so that's the kind of thing you need to learn. The lava is on a cycle, so sometimes it goes high, but the collision is the same. That's why sometimes you can see me actually go through the lava and not dying. The shadow is a good way of knowing like where the lava actually is. And we go here to grab the 2 cages here. You can break it if you don't spam too much. Like this. And there is a lamp you can grab here. It's not too bad if you miss it, especially if you have a lot of backup lamps like I did in this one. Basically, you need to delay, like hold right and delay hover. I'm not hovering, I'm not hovering, I'm not hovering, I'm hovering. That way you can grab it. So yeah, just don't hover too early, otherwise the wind will push you. And for those lamps, be careful because you can easily be too much on the left and don't grab them. It can be annoying. So be careful to not miss those big lamps. Alright, Fouch is not too bad. Another thing you need to learn. Okay, basically if you do something like this, you should be fine. Sometimes you kinda have to hover, but try to not hover as much as possible. And not shoot. Most important part is not to shoot, because if you shoot you can actually hit the stalactite. And if that happens you have to do 1 extra turn because yeah, you don't have a stalactite to hit the boss. So it's 1 extra cycle. So don't shoot, try to not hover. And it should be fine. Just like this. And now here you need to look at the lump. Go immediately look mode and look at the lump, otherwise it won't move. And when it's high enough, you can grab it like this and go end the level. Skip this. We're getting to Tomb. Tomb is not that bad. Hold jump out of the portal, as usual. Can do a slight hover to not grab the ledge here. Can shoot twice in direction of the cage and then just once like this and you should hit like this. It's not really important, just some small optimizations. Don't care about the spider. So in this part we have to hit 3 switch casually. We're only gonna hit 2. Only 1 is actually mandatory. In speedrun you can even skip the 3rd one. But here we're gonna get the 1st and 3rd one. To snipe the first switch, you actually need to load it first. So you need to go forward, then backward, and then snipe it. It looks like this. You need to be around here. You see the black line on the ground? Go over this black line here, okay? That's actually very important. So go on the corner, then black line, then go back on the corner, and then here you can actually hit the switch. If you don't go forward on the black line first, it's not gonna work. So that's why sometimes people are struggling with it. It's just they don't go further enough to trigger the switch. So the switch is not active. And then they try to snipe it, but the switch is not loaded in the game. So it doesn't work. And then to get the 3rd switch, what you want to do is to go here. And you want to actually skip the green lump, so turn the camera like this. So you can snipe the switch like this by turning the camera to the left. It can be a bit annoying, but if it's needed, you can hide here and spam shoot like this, still turning the camera. And then that way you can actually death warp. So that saves like 4 or 5 seconds compared to if you just grab the green lump. Spam shoot on the web. And we're gonna skip the 2nd switch with a very easy skip. You just need to abuse the mechanic of the jump, you know, holding jump and tapping hover. So if that happens, damage boost, remember to shoot on hover to get... like you can take your time to kill the fish, but the fish can actually help you, like this. You just shoot, and it's gonna help you to go on the platform. Without damage boost, it's also very easy. So yeah, I guess you can just do the hover and spam shoot. It's just the platform can be a bit annoying to jump. You can get your jump eaten, so it can be annoying. And go here. Second part is a lot of auto-scrollers, unfortunately. Oh yeah, it's here. It's a great example of don't spam shoot, otherwise your bullets don't hit. If you spam here, you can spam as much as you want. It's never gonna hit until you stop spamming, and it's gonna hit. So here you really want to just turn to the right, shoot 3 times, not 4, 3 times, and you will easily be able to make it. The more you spam, the less you will get it. Just 3 shots and you're good. We jump here and here. You can kill the parrot with a charge shot. There is a precise jump you can do here, but don't worry too much about it. You can just do this. So downward slope here, try not to jump. Here I can just jump to avoid the ledge grab, maybe. As you can see, the less you hover, the faster you're gonna be. That's how you get good in this game as well. Be careful of your movement. Not even talking about wall boost. So we got the lumps here. Try to not crash the barrel. Here. Go like this. Don't shoot the switches too early. Just wait. Jump for those lumps. The first 3 lumps you need to jump. The last 3 you don't need to. I'll show you. This one you still need to jump. This one you don't need. Just need to be under them. Not too much on the left of the barrel. Here you can, it's slightly faster to jump early like this, to trigger the barrel slightly earlier. What you can do here is to jump with a good timing. Like you can hear the hit, up, jumping. Hit, jumping. At some point you can just kill him. So it's not a precise timing, it's quite easy to just jump to trigger, to bait him. And then you can jump when you're about here, when you see the barrel going after the pole here. And then here you can actually check your lump count. If you have a lot of backup lumps like this, as you can see, I have 553 extra lumps. No, extra lumps. I have 553 lumps, and I only need 550 for the last lump check. So here I have all the lumps I need to finish the run. So what I can do is just ignore the next parrot and just continue to the next part of the level. But if you need 10 lumps, and usually you will actually need 10 lumps, you will actually need to practice this. Be careful, because I see a lot of people not practicing this, and they lose 5 minutes to it. I'm not kidding, they lose 5 minutes to it, because they die, they have to restart this part, they die again, they kill the parrot in another way. This thing is not hard at all, but if you're not practicing it, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So just take like 10 minutes to try it, and you will save like minutes in your runs, okay? But what you want to do is just jump here. So the camera can be annoying here, so don't spam too much, and when it's okay, you can jump. Grab the barrel, go toward the parrot, and bait him like this. You want to not be too close from him when he's hooking, but if you do it correctly, you can try to do this multiple times. It's very easy. Like there is nothing too hard about it. So, now if you want to be fast, you have to do like 2 or 3 hooks. Even if I defer, that should still be possible, like not hard. So you see, I'm going toward him, and then I'm going backward. That's how you bait him. So you just need to test it, and you will get the hang of it, and you will save like minutes in your runs. It's really not hard at all. Okay, and then once you throw the barrels, you can actually shoot, and that will make the guy shoot as well, to avoid getting hooked as well. So yeah, just test this for 5 minutes, please, and you will see it's quite easy. Same for the next fight, the Clark fight. It's a fight that's really not that hard. It's a bit harder than what we just did, but it's a fight that can be terribly wrong if you're not practicing it. So try to practice it a few times as well, just like I will do. What you want to do is to skip the cutscene. You're going toward Clark. So actually it's kind of the same as the part we just did. You want to bait him by going toward him, and the moment you know he's gonna do his grab animation, you're gonna go backward. It's not precise, but yeah, it's the basic idea. That's why you bait him to be right on the laser, and at the same time you spam shoot to actually trigger the switches. Just like this. And then you can start to... Okay, I did too late. So I can show you. Like I did too late. I'm actually not gonna beat him to show you again. You need to start. Then once you activated the laser, once you did the manip I just explained, turn around to face him, strafe, and start charging. So you go here. Go toward Clark, avoid him, turn around, strafe, one charge shot. Ah, that's actually not a charge shot, sorry. So 2 charge shots, he's supposed to be dead here, but I had to do 1 extra cycle. It's not that bad. And see, it's very easy if you know what you're doing. With charge shots, it's really not that bad. So yeah, just practice this a bit. You will see it's really not that bad, but if you just don't practice it and try it in a run, it's most likely gonna go wrong. So yeah, it's something that's very useful to know. And we are entering the Iron Mountains. So this cutscene here is actually the last lump check. The 550 lumps that you need to get. So after this, we don't care about yellow lumps. You can skip as many yellow lumps as you want. It's not important. We don't need yellow lumps anymore. Here we have the famous jazz skip that I explained in my lump booster tutorial. Just to explain a bit more the jump. So basically you want to go here, for example you back the camera like this, You're landing here. A good thing to do is actually to set up your angle. I don't remember my visual cues, because now I'm just going forward. But basically you can, I think it was around here. You can do this and hold D-pad up, like this. Once you have a good angle, you can also shoot to make sure where you're going. And that way you can at least have a good line. Yeah, for example, I'm too much on the right here. And still hold forward like this. You can kind of fix it. If you're on a joystick, you can switch to joystick to then fix your angle. I'm not sure if that works. can actually be close, even with a bad angle. I'm not sure. No, I don't think it's making it. So yeah, that's just escape that you can do. Or so close, actually. There is another lump boost you can do, but I will rather show you just how to do the casual way, the NMG way, because it can be quite tricky to do and a lot of bad things can happen, so it's good to know. Good to teach you how to do this. So first, we won't hit 2 switches because it's very annoying. Instead, we just grab the green lump to make sure we're not respawning at the start of the level. Hit 1 switch and then we jump between lasers and corner. So you can fail it, since we took the green lump, it's fine. But yeah, like this, in the corner, you can slide like this. It is way easier than actually sniping the 2 switches. So then we go here. And this parrot can be very annoying, he can actually one-shot you. You have to be careful to jump when I say it. So grab this. Here. Oop, okay. I'm gonna die. Quick, give me life. Because I lost a lot of health on the previous parrot. So we don't care about the parrots. Jump here, you can hit it. Jump here. And jump here. If you don't jump here, you will most likely get insta-kill, like game over. So you really, really want to jump here to not get killed, okay? And if you get shot, remember to shoot. Because you can a lot of time like get shot and then die in the water. To prevent this, remember to shoot, like just spam shoot to get control of Rayman when you get hit. And that way you will avoid getting hit. Not getting hit, but actually dying, like this. Then you can grab this, this. Jump here, overboost. Hit the switch, and we go. So yeah, just dodge the parrots, should be fine. And now the river, have to be careful, but doing some overboost, dodging this guy. It can be annoying sometimes, but most of the time it's fine. It's not too bad if you die here. And we get to the balloon. Overboosting. No high skip, you can skip this high animation, it's very important. So the next map can also be quite tricky to do actually. Even if it's glitchless, it can still go wrong. So first we go to the crate here. This. You can dodge the gorilla parrot here, and you want to jump over this fence like this. You can also do it from here, it's a bit faster, but doing it from here, it's actually way easier. But it can be annoying to die here, so I would recommend to rather do the safe strat over this barrier. The timing is actually a bit precise. You need to free the bubble. I can't do it anymore. Oh, the bubble. Let's go. It's useless, so it's very important. Then here, this is what we are going to do. Let me explain. There are different ways of doing it, but this setup should be fine, to be honest. You boost until this wooden part here, and when you get to the wooden part, you do left, right, left in a slow way, like just like I just said. Okay, we'll say it at the same time. Like boost, 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 boost. Left, right, left, and hold left, and boom. This is really not hard if you know how to do it. So you are on this like right now, and then be very careful because you can soft lock. What you want to do is to keep boosting until you jump, and after that, don't touch anything. So keep boosting, 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 jump, and don't touch anything. If you jump a second time for the second gap, you can soft lock. So try as much as possible, or don't try, just do it. Just at the end, I just do a shoot and jump at the same time for the first jump. Okay, I spam shoot and then boom, I'm doing shoot and jump, boost and jump at the same time. And then I'm just not touching anything and letting the game doing his automatic jump. Because if you break the automatic jump, yeah, you can soft lock. So here you can do the branch skip with the lump boost, but I won't show it here. Look the lump boost tutorial again, if you want to see it. I have nothing to add to it. Okay, the lump boost I will recommend to begin with if you want to learn lump boost. This or Precipice skip are good to start. And we get to the very good boat. The Bayou. So yeah, a part that you kinda want to learn to not get lost when you start, but I will actually tell you the trick to not get lost in this part. We will actually just hug the left wall. This is a strat if you want to get out of a maze. Just hug a wall, keep a wall, and at the end you will get out of the maze. And that's what we are doing here actually. We will go alongside the left wall, except in the end. Or kinda stay in the end, but you will see there are actually some lamps to tell you where you want to go back. And yeah, the babies coming in the ship are actually RNG. But it's not a big RNG, but it can make several seconds difference. If you have a... that was very good RNG, for example. Perfect RNG. Otherwise, just try to not destroy the boat as well. Can happen if you're not careful, trust me. And yeah, you have the very funny drift as well. For example, that's bad RNG. Overall, the RNG tends to even out, so we kinda get the same boats. Sometimes a bit faster, sometimes a bit slower, but yeah, overall the RNG here doesn't matter that much. Overall in the run, the RNG doesn't matter that much. If you're not counting like Void as RNG. It's just the last boss is gonna be kinda RNG as well. 50-50 RNG. For now we just go left. And here we can do the drift. A good way to do it is to go on the left wall like this, close to it. When you see the text appearing, wait and turn. And that way you turn the boat in the cutscene. This is not the fastest, but that way it works. If you fail it, like if the boat doesn't turn, after this cutscene you can just hold right and the boat will turn against the wall. But be careful because it's gonna take damage like twice. So if you are low on health, just take it safe, I would say. But here, for example, I would have been able to do it. So just hold right and the boat will turn against the wall quickly. You can also hold left and I think it's about the same time without losing too much health. So yeah, a lot of possibilities, just a bit optimizations if you get the good drift. And we're gonna get to the prison ship. So the slides, again very technical. What I would recommend to do when you start is just to hold strafe, jump sometimes, but take it safe. If you take it safe, it's really not that bad. If you try to go fast, you can only lose 3 minutes to it easily. So I will show you the rather safe way of doing it. Just spam here. Okay, so I'm holding strafe. I'm jumping sometimes, like I can get some speed here. If you are diagonal on the slide like this, slightly faster. But yeah, here you can stop boosting, for example, and taking things a bit slower but safer. And that way you make sure you're not dying. If you're like, oh, I'm a bit too slow, okay, you can start jumping again. But if you miss one jump, you can very easily die, so that's why jumping is actually a bit risky. Here it's usually fine. You can build a lot of momentum like this. I would still recommend to try to go for this, because you're quite safe here. Just be careful with this switch. I would recommend to stop jumping for this switch. And for this one as well, like you can just jump here and then just hold forward. Like as you can see, I'm not trying to hit the switches, I'm just holding forward, facing forward with Rayman, and it works perfectly. Even getting all in one. So yeah, really try to be slow at the start when you learn those slides, and after you're more confident with it, you can try to go a bit faster. But just strafing, jumping sometimes, and yeah, turning around, you really should be fine. But of course people want to be fast, I understand. This mini-boss, I actually did a tutorial for it. I recommend checking it out. It's a bit different here because we have the charge shot actually. So the basic idea is that the boss will have some different places where he can spawn, and you want to basically know where the spawns are, and to know to hit him basically. Basically here, I'm taking this, jumping here so I can hit it once. Gonna be here, hitting the switch, hitting him again, and then I charge for the last one. Yeah. So, several things to note. First, be careful to hit the switch. A lot of time you will hit the switch, I mean you will shoot toward the switch and turn the camera immediately because the power will spawn, and it will not record. So you really have to make sure you either hear the switch, you can hear the tick when the switch actually activates, or you can also like look at it after the fight to make sure it's actually activated. It's a mistake everybody does once, but it's gonna happen, so if you can avoid it, it's still better. Then, yeah, there are some different spawns, so I like to be either here, so it will often spawn in front of me, but sometimes behind, so I can also hit it like this, but often it's not just gonna be in front of me, so I can hit it quickly. Otherwise, the safe spot is just here. You just want to be here, hold strafe, and you can either spam shoot or charge as well. And yeah, here you are safe, he will not hit you. So just go into that place and kill him as fast as possible, hitting the switch as well. And then there are different ways of... You need to deathward basically to go back up. You can just do this. It's just that you have the year animation that you can skip if you want, but it's actually a bit risky, so for now I will just say do what I did. Wait for the year animation and death warp, making sure you hit the switch. If you want to skip the year animation with Think, be careful to not death warp too early. You really have to wait before the health bar of the parrot disappears. Otherwise, you can death warp too early, and you have to fight him again to finish the run. But if you defeat the parrot and hit the switch, we have the flying barrel. For the switch here, I recommend to turn like this, 90 degrees, and hit the switch with the foot, like this, of the shell, because the collision of the switch is very bad. It's very easy to miss it. So yeah, if you turn Rayman 90 degrees and aim to just hit the switch with the foot of the shell, it should be fine. Here, nothing special, just learn a bit, making sure you're not dying here. When you know it, it's almost impossible to die. This next part, what I'm gonna do is wiggle my joystick, like this. On keyboard you can go up and down, I guess, as well. As long as I have a direction, like input, it won't hit me, so just moving your joystick like this. Yeah, just need to have a direction in your joystick or on your controller, on your keyboard. Now let's go for the last level. So first, I see people struggling to reflect the bombs. It's because they are strafing. They are doing this basically. As you can see, if I'm strafing and moving to the right, I won't hit it. What I want to do is to place myself like this and then shoot straight forward without strafing, without moving. So that way I can hit it early. Here you can dodge this and always stay on the outside of the arena, because if you're not careful, if you're not outside the arena, he can jump on you. Okay, I can maybe show you. Here I skipped it, for example. Well, maybe you get the idea. I mean, but if I'm here, for example, he's probably gonna jump on me like this. So you want to skip this animation because this is slow, of course. So you want to stay on the outside of the arena. Place yourself, aim, shoot. You can move forward, but not on the right. Otherwise, the bombs can go on the right. Through the cutscene, here you have a 50% chance of getting the power up here, so you death warp until you get it. Good example here. 50-50, 50-50, nope. Let's go. Okay, just lose 3 seconds every try. Hit it twice here, so you want to hit him twice, at least. Then you can hit it like at least once in the lava. Just be careful because you only have 5 shots. And you want to keep it 1. So what we do usually is 2 shots to keep it, to send him in the lava, and then we shoot twice, but we hold on the second one like this. So here I'm holding my shoot button. Then when I get to the circle here, I can I'm still holding shoot, but then I'm holding jump as well. So you need to hold jump and shoot at the same time. And you can enter the secret to get the infinite ammo. Make sure to not shoot too early here before the orb gets your ammo gets blue, then you get the power up. If you shoot too early, imagine if I shot too early, don't die, just get back to get the power up. I can actually show you. Hey, first try RNG. So what you can do to be safe, for example, is shooting once and then just shooting once in the lava like this. But if you shot twice, it's still fine. Jump here to enter this. And imagine if you shoot too early before getting the power up. I will show you what happens. If you want to be as fast as possible, you have the pressure of the run. So you're like, shoot! Oops. You don't have it anymore. Don't die, actually. All you have to do is to get back the power up. So let's see where it is. It's here. get the power up. As you can see, I now have the infinite ammo. I don't have to go in the secret again. So I can get nice backup to know if needed. So 2 hits to put it down and 2 hits in the lava. That wasn't intended, but yeah, sure, let's show it again. Let's show the fight again. I did so many wrong things that I was not even sure where I was. So yeah, 2 hits to put it down, 2 hits in the lava, shoot and jump to enter this. You wait here to not shoot too early. And you spam, trying to stay quite in the air, like not going too much toward the boss. Try to get the rhythm of when he's gonna get up. And this time, not sub 3. Shit. I mean, since I started the runs, yeah, it's actually sub 3, yes, but not the full tutorial. So yes, I hope that was clear for the most part. I hope it can encourage people to learn and run this category, because I'm tired of people saying that they won't learn Rayman 2 because EEC is too hard. You don't have to do EEC to run this game, you can just run this amazing category instead, and it's just 10 minutes slower than any percent, it's nothing. So yeah, if you need any help, I will be available anyway. In the comments of this video, on Discord, on the Rayman 2 Discord as well, if you have any question, even for the setup, don't hesitate to ask for help. We are always glad to help newcomers. And don't hesitate to submit your runs if you actually run the game. It's always nice to have new people on the leaderboard. So, thank you for watching. Again, I hope it was decent. And see you later on YouTube, on Twitch, I guess. Bye bye!